Adam Fowler is at Bramhall Lane for us this morning. Under huge pressure, weren't they, to make this decision?
That's right. This is a decision that many of the club's own supporters think they should have made in the first place. Instead, since last week, they've seen 4 patrons quit their roles at the club, sponsors and celebrities all threatening to remove their names if Ched Evans is re-signed. It's been bad publicity, and ultimately that's a price Sheffield United aren't prepared to pay any longer. Petitions and resignations. There was only so much pressure Sheffield United could take. In the last hour, it's been confirmed by Hull City Council that Flexi Foods, which is based on the University of Hull campus behind me, has been raided as part of the ongoing investigation into the horse meat scandal. Guys, yes, here I am live from Party Central. I don't know if you can hear at the moment, Fall Out Boy have just taken to the main stage. And at the moment, it's nice and dry and warm, but as we were just hearing from John, anyone in the Leeds area will have noticed the lightning and the thunder and the 2 weeks' worth of rainfall that fell in just a few hours. I've been speaking to some of the campers that got caught out by the downpour.
Welcome to Leeds Festival!
This is the crash near Harrogate that claimed the lives of millionaire pilot Paul Spencer and his wife Linda in January 2007. You lied about how much experience he'd had.
No, that wasn't true.
Well, you've just been found guilty.
No, I know I did a very good job in training him.
Well, obviously the Civil Aviation Authority and the court disagree.
Well, that's true, but they weren't there at the time.
This lady, I think, had brain damage, and he kissed her, and then, I don't know of a nice way to put it, but he molested her. He helped himself, and she just sat there and couldn't do anything about it. And I've lived with that now for 40 years.
Frankly, I'm not sure that in the Newark by-election those issues are going to be top of the debate.
Well, I don't know. There are homosexuals here in Newark, so just to be clear about it, do you believe that homosexuality is a mental condition that can be treated by a psychiatrist?
No.
I'm on the roof of the O2 Arena to talk to 2 people who know all about the dizzy heights of success. It's
Yes!
Ant and Dec.
Yes!
He's very
Well
good, isn't
done.
he? I knew
Well
you'd
done.
like that. I knew you'd like that.
I swore to him, I said, you won't hear me shout. I said, you won't hear me cry. And they never did.
The finish line just yards away. No one could have prepared him for this.
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now!
It's 30 years since the Battle of Orgreave. Yet today, on the streets of London, they gathered outside the headquarters of the Independent Police Complaints Commission, still waiting for answers. It was a 4-hour drive south, 3 decades in the making, as coaches set off from Barnsley and Sheffield. Many of these campaigners were there on the 18th of June 1984, when a mass picket turned into a bloody battleground. They gathered at the British Steel coking plant with the aim of forming a blockade, but the situation escalated and, according to police reports, led to 93 arrests, 51 pickets and 72 policemen injured. For the last 2 years, they've been waiting to find out whether the IPCC will launch a full investigation. Chris Skidmore was there.
Saving grace for that day is that nobody were killed. It was that's how bad it was. I think we owe it to the people who's no longer with us, who were there that day, people who's a lot older and infirm who can't come down today, to try and get these people to do what's right. I don't understand what they're so frightened of.
We've waited 30 years as it is, and I think 2 years is just, it's not good enough.
I'm 65, what about the chaps that are 75 and over there and the ones that have died already? I mean, my health's not getting any better as I get older. I think they're just trying to see us out, like, see if we all die off before we get a decision.
More than 90 pickets were arrested for rioting, but the trials soon fell apart. When 39 miners brought lawsuits against South Yorkshire Police for assault, unlawful arrest and malicious prosecution, The force paid out more than £400,000 before the cases could reach court.
Ultimately, South Yorkshire Police referred itself to the IPCC. They began a scoping exercise to see if it was worth proceeding to a full investigation. But that was 2 years ago, and there's been precious little information ever since. The people out here still waiting to hear from the people in there.
Today they're hoping for at least some answers, as Dame Anne Owers, chair of the IPCC, has agreed to meet some of the campaigners.
Can we be here at the 3rd anniversary? Who knows? I hope not. Because this is about people who want justice for what happened 30 years ago. They want transparency and they want honesty. And they want to draw a conclusion to this because it sat over them for 30 years.
With that, it was into the meeting. The Battle of Orgreave may be over. The fight for answers continues.